You are surrounded by fools, and it is exhausting. You think your intelligence is your greatest asset, but the truth is, it is your biggest vulnerability. The modern world tells you to educate the ignorant, to use logic, to find common ground. But Arthur Schopenhauer knew the brutal truth 2 centuries ago. Logic is completely defenseless against stupidity. Trying to explain your mind to a fool is not noble. It is intellectual suicide. There is a hidden cold architecture to neutralizing the willfully ignorant, a method the most dangerous minds in history used to disarm them, without ever giving them the gift of the truth. Once you understand this mechanic, you will never be drained by a lesser mind again. What follows are Schopenhauer's 5 most savage strategies to deal with fools and protect your peace. And the 5th will break every instinct you thought was kind to save your life. Number 1. Agreeing to absurdity. This is the most ruthless way to handle stubborn ignorance. Do not argue using logic. Agree with them completely. But agree with them so violently that you push their argument into the realm of pure absurdity. Imagine an office colleague who insists that modern art is a scam and anyone could paint a masterpiece. The instinct of the intelligent person is to argue, to talk about technique, art history, and personal expression. Stop. Nod slowly and say, "You are entirely right. In fact, since it is so easy, we should quit our jobs today. We will buy paint this afternoon. You paint the canvases, I will find a gallery, and we will be millionaires by Friday. Why are we even sitting in this office?" Watch their eyes. You did not attack them. You validated their premise, but you accelerated it to its catastrophic conclusion. The fool only operates on the surface. They never think 3 steps ahead. When you force them to look at the destination of their thought, their brain short-circuits. They will backpedal. They will inject nuance, and they will start arguing against themselves to save face. You did not defeat them with your logic. You defeated them with their own stupidity. Number 2. Deploy the avatar. You cannot avoid fools entirely. They are your managers, your clients, your neighbors, and sometimes your own blood. But you must establish a psychological quarantine. When forced to interact with them, do not bring your authentic, sincere self. Bring an avatar. The avatar is polite. The avatar smiles. The avatar speaks in short, agreeable sentences. Interesting perspective. I see what you mean. That is one way to look at it. The avatar gives them nothing to attack. It is a blank mirror reflecting their own noise back at them, while your actual mind remains protected behind a fortress of detachment. Schopenhauer described this through the famous porcupine dilemma. On a cold winter night, porcupines huddle together for warmth, but their sharp quills prick each other, forcing them apart. They are trapped between freezing in isolation or bleeding in closeness. The intelligent mind must master this distance. You are physically present, but intellectually absent. Let them hold the illusion of victory. The illusion of victory is the cheapest toy you can give a fool to keep them quiet. Number 3. The Submission Gambit. The only thing more dangerous than a fool is a fool with power. The fool who signs your paycheck or holds the key to your promotion. When a mediocre mind acquires power, their entire psychology is built on deep insecurity. They sense on a primal level that they are outmatched by the minds around them. They do not process this as a need to learn. They process it as a threat to survival. If you display your brilliance in their domain, you are holding a mirror to their inadequacy, and a fool with power will shatter the mirror to avoid the reflection. Schopenhauer wrote that displaying outstanding intelligence in the presence of mediocrity is an unpardonable sin. It causes them physical pain, triggering a secret, gnawing hatred. Never out-argue a king in his own castle. Outplay him. Consider Sima Yi in the Three Kingdoms. He served Cao Shuang, an envious and foolish regent. If Sima Yi argued, his entire bloodline would be executed, so he executed the Submission Gambit. He faked senility. Before Cao Shuang's spies, he acted completely broken. He drooled, dropped his soup, and forgot names. The foolish regent laughed, felt superior, and lowered his defenses. Months later, Sima Yi rose from his bed, executed a lightning coup, and seized the empire. Your intelligence is not a badge to show off. It is a concealed weapon. Feed their insecure ego the superiority they crave. Ask for advice on trivial matters. Thank them for their insight. You are not submitting. You are injecting their ego with a narcotic so heavy they fall asleep at the wheel, leaving you free to operate in the shadows. Number 4. Strategic irony. When a fool corners you, demanding agreement on a ridiculous premise, do not fight back. Use Schopenhauer's savage defense. Use strategic irony. Say this: what you are proposing is so extraordinary, it completely transcends my poor capacity to understand it. I must defer to your judgment. The fool will puff out their chest. They will take it as a concession, believing they have dazzled you with their brilliance. But anyone with a fraction of intellect will hear the dripping sarcasm. You have insulted them to their face, and they thanked you for it. You exit the conversation safely, spending zero energy. Understand the economics of attention. Every hour you spend debating a fool is an hour stolen from your own empire. Fools are energy vampires. Their time is worthless. Yours is gold. Cut the transaction. Walk away. A lion does not lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. Number 5. Treat them like heavy machinery. This is the most cold-blooded psychological shift. You must kill the empathy trap. You engage with them because you feel sorry for them. You think you can save them with the truth. This is the arrogance of compassion. You are playing God with someone else's cognitive limits. Kruger and Dunning proved that the incompetent lack the metacognition to even realize they are incompetent. They enjoy their warm fortress of ignorance. If you try to drag them into the light, they will attack you like a wild animal. Accept Schopenhauer's cold reality. Character is immutable. A fool today is a fool tomorrow. Stop trying to upgrade their hardware. Manage them like heavy machinery. Keep your hands out of the gears. Stay behind the safety lines. And when the machine malfunctions, you do not argue. You pull the plug. Reclaim your mental freedom. This world is driven by emotion, dominated by irrationality, and hostile to truth. Wisdom is not trying to educate the world. It is knowing when to close the gates of your fortress. Intelligence is knowing you are right. Power is not caring if they know it. Winning an argument brings applause, but winning your objective while they think they won the argument is absolute power. The moment you let go of the desire to be understood by those incapable of understanding, the weight lifts, the exhaustion vanishes. You watch them speak and feel a calm, clinical observation. You are no longer a participant in their chaos. You are the observer. If you found truth in these words, subscribe to Psychoul today. Because understanding the human mind is the first step to reclaiming complete control of your life.